Hello, this is Coach Wilson, and welcome to Civics and Economics. Today we're going to go over a couple of brief things about the course, and I'd like for you to make sure that you're following along and asking questions as needed in emails or any way that you can communicate. Obviously, if you're here in class, it's much easier for you to communicate because we'll be going over things. Now, a few things that I want to talk about. First thing that you have for this class is an intro video. All right, it says intro welcome video, and you'll notice that I've got some questions here for you to answer, and I'm going to try to go through each one of those as we're going. Now, the first thing that I want to go over is my email. Okay, you can find that in the syllabus, which will be the next assignment that you have. Okay, but my email is nick.wilson@n-ccs.org. All right, that's your first and most important thing. Guys, that is your resource, that is your lifeline. If you need to get a hold of me or talk to me, that's how you need to do it. Now, couple of ways that you can email me. Right here, if you notice over here on the left, we have inbox. Okay, and I know some of yours looks a little different. But you'll find your inbox tab, or if you go back to the home page, you'll notice that right here you can click this little button that says email, and it will take you to your email. You can click this little button here, compose, select the course, find that, and then you can select me or your classmates. Okay. We're going to go back here. Now, this is your home page. This is the landing page. This is what you should have came into when you first got this course. Now, I'm going to be very simple when I say this. This right here is where you need to go daily to find out what you should be working on daily. If you follow the calendar, it's going to tell you when things are due. That's not always the day that we're working on things. For example, you guys may read an article one week, and you may have all week to read it, but you wouldn't know that unless you went into modules, because it looks like, well, it's not due for 3 or 4 more days. Okay, we're going to go into modules. That's where we're going to get our assignment. And you notice it's labeled day 1, 1-5. That's today. Now, each module will be labeled the week. So week number 1, this week, 1-5 through 1-8. It's January 5th through January 8th. You have for today the welcome video, syllabus agreement, a little discussion post, an actual discussion post, and a personal history assignment. Now, this questions or issues post is a place that if you're having troubles, you can go here, you can create a new thread, and I do need you to actually complete this assignment. This is one of your assignments, and you can read through that. But in order to create your discussion post, you click reply, type your discussion, and then click, a post reply. There it is. I didn't know if I had it on there. Now, come back to our home page. We're going to go back to our modules. Okay, we're going to go back to our questions. All right, so we should have answered a few more questions there. Okay, now completing your daily assignments. That's in modules. We just talked about that. How long do I have to make up missing work? Now, some of these questions are answered in the syllabus, but I'm going to tell you, assignments do not close in this class. You need to make up assignments as quickly as you can, but they will not close. I will tell you that they're going to start at a 75 for a certain period of time, and that's deemed by me. Okay. Once it gets to a certain point, I'm going to mark it down to a 60 if I feel like it's just you just never did it, and then you're turning it in weeks late. I'm not going to give you full credit for something that's weeks late. You need to turn in your work on time. There will be penalties, like I said, for missing work. In regards to missing work for 9 weeks, you have till the end of the 9 weeks to make it up. Guys, you need to stay on top of your work. Now, your vocabulary, for that stuff, it's going to be a little bit harder because we're going to do your vocabulary on paper, as you're going to find out as you go further into class. Now, the first thing that you need to do as soon as you finish this video is you need to go to your syllabus agreement. All right, you have your syllabus agreement, then you have your questions and discussions post, then you have a discussion post, then you have a personal history assignment. Personal history assignment is just so that I can get to know you a little bit better. Now, textbook. That might be one of the most important things. You're going to have to download your textbook onto your Chromebook, and sometimes it's going to be each day you're going to have to. Once you download, you're going to get a screen that looks just like this. You'll notice there's a bookmark tab up here on the right. It will allow you to pick the chapter that we're working in. But you need to use the bookmark feature so that you don't have to scroll through 856 pages to find the chapter you're looking for. We will start in chapter 1. Should be very simple. Now, we're going to come back to our modules. We're going to come back to our welcome video, and we're going to talk about more. What will you need in order to keep up with your daily notes? I need you to go to Google right now, and actually, while I've got it pulled up, I will just show you what it looks like. Okay, college ruled 100-sheet notebook. You can get these at Target, you can get them off Amazon, you can get them all over. Okay, I like these right here, the 5-star spiral notebooks. Those work great. They will do the job that you need them to do. Okay, that is where you're going to take your notes and your journal and your vocabulary daily. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do vocabulary. I will load that up and I will talk more about that in a later video. I will also talk about that in your Zoom call. But you need to make sure that you have a notebook by probably Wednesday at the latest so that you can keep up with your notes and your vocabulary. All right. Now, where should you put each of these things in your notebook? Your bell ringers, those are going to go at the beginning of each day. So, for example, we're going to start with Chapter 1, Section 1, because we will be following along with the Civics book as we're teaching. Chapter 1, Section 1 goes at the top. Below it will go your bell ringer. Below that will be your notes. Okay, that's how you should set up each day of your notes. Now, before we start the chapter, before we ever begin a chapter, you're going to take a page and you're going to write Chapter 1, vocabulary at the top of that page. Then you're going to start writing the vocabulary as you find it in the book. It'll be highlighted. There will be a list of words. I'll even tell you how many words there are and the beginning and ending of the words for each chapter. But you will complete that vocabulary on that page that precedes or begins your notes. That way, as you go through your notes, you're not running out of space for your vocabulary. Now, my suggestion to you will be, and we'll talk about this again more later, you probably need to leave 1 to 2 blank sheets. If you don't use a sheet, you can always rip it out so that it doesn't separate your vocabulary from your notes. But your vocabulary needs to be the first sheet, okay, in your 100-sheet notebook. And you need to have your bell ringer and your notes each day, and they need to be labeled Chapter 1, Section 1. Then underneath that, bell ringer, write your bell ringer. Section 1 notes, write your notes. Okay. Now, your bell ringers, just so you understand, will be at the beginning of each lecture. I will record those lectures and I'll have those uploaded each day. They will be under the modules. It will say something along the lines of Chapter 1, Section 1 lecture. You'll need to go listen to those lectures each day, especially if you're remote. If you're in class, a lot of times we'll be talking about those, but any days that you are, a day you're not here, you're going to listen to it. Any day you're not here, you'll listen to it. Remote students, you'll listen to it every day. Now, how do we submit the vocabulary? Because as I just mentioned, it's on paper. You're going to take a picture of it. If you're in class the day that I'm taking it up, you will just show me the vocabulary. So you won't even have to take a picture of it and upload it unless I ask you to. If you're remote, you will need to take a picture with your phone or your Chromebook, and you will need to upload that picture to Canvas and submit that on the vocabulary assignment. If you don't do that, you won't get credit for it. Now, if there's an issue, something like that, you know you finished it, email me and let me know the day of. All right, as you'll find in your syllabus, you need to email me anytime there is an issue immediately so that you get full credit. If you wait too long, I'm not going to be able to help you. Now, if you were to become a remote student, how often are you required to attend Zoom meetings? Every single Friday. Every Friday, if you are a remote student, you should attend a Zoom meeting. I will try to do some Zoom meetings during the year, but as I found, a lot of students don't tend to join those because it just falls kind of an odd time because you're not in school. Some of you work, various things I understand. However, on Fridays, you are required to attend Zoom meetings if you are a remote student. Okay, and that's only remote students. Now, last thing for attendance, I want to make sure I'm clear about this. If you log into Canvas and you do something on my course, each day you will be counted present. If you do not log into Canvas, so let's say on 1/5 you log in, you do your work. On 1/6 you're remote, you don't log in and you don't do any work and you don't log in again till 1/7. January 6th, you're going to be counted absent. So as long as you log into Canvas and try to do an assignment or just work around in the course, you're going to be counted present. Please make sure you're doing that each day. Guys, I hope this has been an informative video. I hope it helps. If you have any questions, please email me. That is just kind of an introductory thing. Remember, we're going on to our syllabus agreement now. And if you have any questions, please email me. Otherwise, I will talk to you soon.